All right, it is Thursday. It is a cloudy day, but
There may be a couple of peeks at the sun here in the next couple of hours. Doesn't stick around all that long.
I saw a little bit on my way in. I would look to the south, and it was a lot of dark clouds. Then I saw a little bit of sun, and I was like, wait a minute. We talked about this yesterday, and look what happened.
But I don't. This is not. Yeah, we're not going to see severe weather today.
Okay.
So there you go.
That was my main question.
That was kind of an interesting day yesterday.
Yeah, we were all here, huddled in the hallway.
That's what I took the day off,
I know.
and this is what happens on my days off.
Exactly.
So take that however you want to take it there.
Oh, he's here now.
Let's take a look right now at. Let's start with the storm reports. As bad as we thought it may have been here, actually over in the Metro Detroit area, a lot more in the way of damage. I mean,
Really?
they had trees uprooted. There was a building that got its roof torn off in Ferndale. I mean, it was a little bit worse there. While here in mid-Michigan, we had the excitement of tornado warning. And whenever you hear that pop up, I mean, it causes a lot of anxiety. And yes, that storm definitely had some rotation with it. No tornado actually touched the ground.
Okay.
Unless, some findings come out today, that was not the case. But still, I mean, it was a pretty respectable looking storm on radar, and it did bring some large hail as it passed through. We had hail in the Holt area over an inch in diameter. I mean, that can really ding your car up. And really, this storm, from the time it formed until it made its way into parts of Clinton County, it was occasionally producing that large hail. So here's some viewer video. This is, first of all, from Dave in Eaton Rapids. This was just about the time the tornado warning came out. And you got to look off in the distance. You can kind of see a little bit of rotation there to those clouds. Of course, he's driving at work and taking that video too. Rick from Potterville sent us this picture. You can definitely see the wall cloud in that. And then for most of us, the biggest concern actually ended up being the hail, and Lindsay and Holt sending us a picture of that hail. Yeah, that's about an inch in diameter, the hail there. Out there right now, seeing some clouds in our Meridian Company Capital City Skycam. Current temperature in Lansing is 49 degrees. The winds, they're out of the west at 13 miles per hour. Jackson, we had some breaks in the clouds. It looks like they have maybe filled in at this point. Current temperature in Jackson is sitting at 50 degrees. Here's the satellite and the radar. You can see those few breaks in the clouds, and now more developing and coming in, and today's going to be a mostly cloudy day. Look back to the west. There's some rain going on. Okay, well then don't look to the west, but there's some rain coming down. Moving in our general direction. Computer models today have been having all sorts of issues what to do with that rain today. A lot of them are saying it just kind of fizzles out as it comes our way. Our in-house computer model saying, and I tend to agree with it, that there could be a couple of showers, especially along and north of 96.
Okay.
A little bit later on this afternoon. And then all of them agree as the cold front comes in tonight, we all see some rain. Might be a thunderstorm at this point. We are not anticipating anything severe. And then once that cold front goes by, it gets really chilly for the upcoming weekend. But it's dry air that's coming in. So for today, 53 at 10 in the morning. We top out around 60, if not in the low 60s. And again, I think kind of in this time frame, some of us may be dealing with a few drops of rain. Not everybody, though, at that point. But tonight it is all rain, and could be a thunderstorm, could be some heavy downpours of rain, too. Tomorrow, skies should clear out. It is going to be a windy day tomorrow. 55 for a high, 37 tomorrow night. The weekend, again, Saturday and Sunday look dry, pretty good amount of sun both days, but 49 on Saturday. Little bit of a concern if you're one of those that kind of rushed around and bought plants that are a little bit cold sensitive.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I did not say your name.
I have plants, but I've been keeping them inside.
Okay, or if they're in pots and you can bring them inside.
Pots,
okay,
yes.
so
but I have stuff popping up
Well, that's nothing. And you know what? The ones that are popping up out of the
Yeah.
ground, you know, they're hardy and they should be just fine.
Like, ma'am, I don't know what to do with you. I just got here.
Yeah. You know, the ones that pop up early, like tulips and daffodils or whatever. You know, they're pretty hardy.
pretty.
Yeah, and they're hardy plants. But Saturday night, Sunday night, going to be down around freezing. So you know, just kind of keep that in mind. And we're back in the low 60s on Monday, then drop again for the middle of next week. If you had this yesterday, you knew about the tornado warning the minute it was issued.
Everybody in this room had it.
Yes. You probably heard it going off. A tornado warning's been issued for your area.
Try hearing it on like 20 cell phones.
Yeah, that's right. And that is on the News 10 First Alert weather app. It is free. You can go to Google Play and the Apple App Store to download it. Interesting little fact. Today I saw in the Apple App Store, we are like number 90 in weather apps on Apple.
Overall?
Overall, like where we're ranked, you know, as far as downloads.
So that's like national, international, all of that?
I found that little, you'll have to look at it. I found that little bit of information interesting. Maybe it may have just been, you know, yesterday we had a bunch of people download. I mean, that happens
A lot of
sometimes
people
when
using
there's
it.
severe weather, but.
Well, I mean, it was very, very helpful for a lot of people, and it's really easy to use, which is great.
Yeah. And definitely in situations like yesterday, you're at work, and something like this pops up, you may be away from the TV set, and at least it, you know, gives you that information, and you can track it on the radar yourself if you can't get to, you know, a computer or TV or something like that.
And if you're not even, like, say, you are at work or you're at home, but you lose power, but you still have Wi-Fi. A lot of people were watching us on Facebook Live yesterday.
Yes.
Because they did lose power, but they could still watch Andy and Justin and everything that they were bringing you on the News 10 Plus channel on all of our devices. So that's what we were here doing. We had a lot of people. We had a lot of people asking questions, and we did our best to answer those questions as best we could. A lot of it was.
And sometimes that's very hard in those situations because the meteorologists obviously were doing the TV thing, but you're able to pass that information on other platforms too. And it's, you know, it's amazing all the places that it is now.
Yeah, and a lot of people were thanking us, and I want to pass that along to you guys. They were
good.
very thankful that we were bringing
They did. Andy and Justin both do an excellent job, and part of it, when you get, I mean, literally, boom, tornado warning.
Yeah.
Is you got to pass information along. You got to be timely, but you also have to be calm.
And they were very calm.
And they both did just a great job.
I gotta tell you, I was sheltering with some of my coworkers, and it was fine. But I said, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the studio where Justin and Andy are and start responding to everybody watching us on Facebook, so that we're communicating with them and keeping them informed. Way more calm in there than it was in the hallway. Way more calm.
Well, you know, you put 90 people in the hallway.
It's not a big hallway. It's right by the bathroom, and we were just like, oh man.
You remember what that was? They did. I saw the picture. They didn't make you sit down and do this like you used to have to do in elementary school.
Yeah, David Andrews took a selfie of like maybe half of us.
Next time, I want you to, you know, everybody sit there. And
I did tell our office manager where are our English books put over our head.
Well, there you go. That's what you need.
Hey,
what do you got coming up at 11?
Coming up at 11, Colton Sikaraki's here, correct?
Yes, he is. He might be here right now.
Normally he's in here talking to us, but he's not right now. Anyway, happening today, a man who was behind a fatal meningitis outbreak that killed 11 people right here in Michigan back in 2012. We'll find out how much time he will spend behind bars. And jury selection in the hush money trial of Donald Trump resumes as lawyers look to round out the panel of New Yorkers that will decide the first criminal case against the former president. And of course, later on this month, we have the NFL draft in Detroit, and there was some concern yesterday with the storms coming through Metro Detroit as they're really getting the city ready for this.
Set up for the thing.
Right, they're doing construction, but there is a couple of birds.
Yes.
Big birds, not big bird, but larger birds. They have
a falcon.
It's a falcon and a hawk.
Yes.
They're in the Motor City on a job, and we're going to tell you what they're doing. Did you? That's not live.
Oh. Well, was just going to say. Oh, you got your thing up here. You know, maybe we've got some in training for that job. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, we're going to talk about the interesting job that these two birds have. There we go.
Yeah.
It's not this one, but
Not these guys, but maybe the eggs. You know, might be a future job. They.
What are they doing?
Well, they're trying to chase away the small birds so they don't say hello to all of the guests who are wandering around in downtown Detroit. But they're saying this falcon and this hawk, they're going to scare away the small birds.
Yeah. So,
Now I have a hawk that kind of hangs out in my neighborhood.
oh, that's cool.
And yeah, he scares them away. And sometimes, you know, has a lunch. You know, it takes them out to lunch, I guess would be the nice way to say. So, that's the first thing I thought when I saw that is, you know, could this cause other issues? But, you know, they're trained.
They're trained to help prevent messes, shall we say.
We know what that means.
Okay, good.
I just hope
what it
there
means.
aren't other messes that happen because of the birds of prey that are there to stop the messes. But they're trained.
We'll find out at the end of the month when the NFL draft hits Detroit. And we'll be
Okay.
there covering it as well. So until then, have a great Thursday, everybody. Make sure you download that First Alert Weather app to stay safe during the severe weather season. We also have Path to Preparedness available for video on demand on all of our platforms, so you can watch that as well. Hello to Chris in East Lansing.
That's who I was going to say. Hi, Chris.
We did have some people in East Lansing and on campus asking about like when it was going to hit campus because there were so many people there. We actually had some reporters there as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, that storm, once it developed, it was, you know, north of Olivet, and it was just a steady course, and, you know, you could just see where the large hail was. But, you know, luckily no tornado, which is good.
That was good. We'll be back here at 2 o'clock with another look at your weather, plus what is coming up on over 90 minutes of news, starting with First at 4, and we'll check in with the ladies of Studio 10 to see what they have coming up today.
Full day.
Full day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned to WILX for more, and have a great Thursday.